Jesus.
All right, we are live
So,
now.
my cousin has been introduced to the wide world of Dark Souls 1.
My condolences.
Yeah, I think that's how we all feel.
Fuck ever, fuck you guys.
He's made it to Darkroot Garden. I'm ready for the raging echoes of this
Dark Room
bullshit.
Station. Your fucking Max right.
Your cousin Knight to have PTSD, man.
Yeah, remember the weeds?
Dark
Fuck you.
Souls is Knight's series. It is his love.
Most of the games currently installed on my PlayStation 4 are all Souls likes. So yeah, I feel the genre there.
All right, so when last we left off, Talia had just recently returned back to the inn where everyone had retired upstairs for the evening. There was then some quick dialogue and discussion about what was seen and what was happening in the streets. While everyone was still trying to figure out what to do next, there was a blood-curdling scream from the streets. And everyone came clamoring down the stairs and ready to head out the door, catching the shocked faces of the inhabitants of the inn. And that's where we pick up. So you guys run down into the main hall of the inn. Don't see that anybody in the inn appears to have been the source of the scream. It was definitely coming from outside. I assume everybody would like to go outside and investigate.
Yes.
Yeah, Talia would like a short rest, but that's not going to happen.
No.
All right, so everybody bursts out of the
Goes
inn.
outside. Okay, what do we see?
You see a black screen right now. Give me a second to fix it.
It's kind of black screen.
Yeah, it's like half black screen with like a bunch of sight lines, which is really
Whoa.
super cool. I
Yeah.
likes.
If you move your character, the sightlines move.
Yes, they do.
Oh, that's so cool. When did you figure out how to do that? That's awesome. I love it.
So that's a dynamic lighting feature, and basically what it is there's these boxes that get drawn around the walls on a separate layer that control where light goes. So
That's dope as hell. Can we keep doing this, please?
yeah, I'm going to continue to try to keep having it set up for everything. The downside is I have to make sure that the recording player has a physical token on the thing to be able to see everything, which further complicates matters and or my current situation with the recording. So, that being said, let me do this. Until I figure out how to properly get the tokenization for the visualization going, which I attempted very well to see if I could do, but it didn't work. I just made a token and put it on a layer and hid it from you guys to be able to see it. Didn't work. So I'll fix that later, but... Alright, so that should be turned off. Let me see if I have to reload the page. There we go, much better. So now everybody's present. Let me get to the correct layers so I can fix everything. Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm playing with new toys. Did you guys see that?
Green
What was
smoke.
They added
Magic.
They added effects. So basically, there's there's now like things you can do: beams of acid, breaths, cones, things like that. So I had the
So
wrong
we can
tool
get a
selected.
bloody wall of thorns for Ash?
You could.
Yes.
I don't think that would work because it's not like an effect per se, but you can use it for like breath attacks and fireball and acid spray and stuff like that. So, all right, here we go.
Holy
Correct
water.
tool.
Ash's wall of giblets.
Yes, holy
That
water.
sounds like a horrible
Ew.
restaurant name.
Oh god, that's not kobolds.
No, that is definitely not kobolds. That looks a little meaner than kobolds.
Welcome to the back lot in town.
Why do we get up in a gang war? Why?
Oh man.
So let me describe how this goes down. So you guys come bursting out of the inn, trying to figure out what's going on in the streets, and you run into this scene where it's something akin to the Sharks and the Jets kind of squaring off in the streets, except there's a lot less flourishing dance and a lot more just like snarling and angrily grunting.
Wait, isn't that what football fans normally do when they meet in the streets?
Yes. You notice a couple familiar faces from your times around town among these individuals. To your right, or to the north of the scene, you recognize Valine is right here in the front of this group of kobolds, currently having a leering glare to an individual down here.
Wait, who?
Valine.
Valine, she was
That was
the
that the lady with the brooch?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she was
Brooch
the lady with the
woman.
brooch. And over here you see an individual who you didn't actually get to see, but was also running about town earlier. Among the backlot here, there's just some muddy roads, some strewn straw that's trampled underfoot and obviously of no good use. There's a few other obstructions and trees, but generally there's a lot of houses that have their shutters closed and shut so that they are not able to see or hear or be privy and just be frightened inside their houses of what's happening in the streets. As these two groups are currently screaming at each other in harsh tones about how there's not enough space in this town for the both of them.
Have we been seen yet?
You have been discovered, yes. They are aware of your presence as you came into the intersection of the streets, but currently, Valine is shouting across the street. Argus, you get your dirty Merkles out of here. And you can tell from looking at the crowd over here that all of these ghouls are all brandishing the symbol of Merkel on their foreheads. And Argus retorts back, Valine, you're dirty kobolds. Talos will never reign in this area. And you can see that many of the individuals over there are currently carrying shields emblazoned with 3 lightning bolt symbols. And they both kind of turn and look at you, this group that have just busted out into the streets, and let you know that it was better served if you had simply stayed indoors. And
Well, fuck.
so,
Y'all haven't been angsty little teens.
Are you saying Merkel as in Myrkul?
as in the deity of the dead, yes.
I assume you want us to roll for initiative.
I do. I just have to clear a couple people out of the list first. Now go ahead and roll initiative for me. And then I have to do a bunch of rolling of initiative myself, so.
Ugh, I forgot to collect my token. Sorry, Junie.
Well, I feel like you should just bite the bullet and ask if you can take a 10.
Wish I could. Well, that's a -1.
Hang on, sorry. It's Roll20's not show the little Chrome extension's not showing up for.
Whoa, what's not working right?
My Beyond 20.
Oh, there was an update to the plugin. So you may have to re-enable or tell it to re-allow permissions. Do you see the plugin in the top of your browser still?
Yep, I got it.
Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally left a bucket of kindling sitting in the dining room rather than putting it next to the fire like I should have, so...
Junie, oh wait, never mind.
Nope. I do need to be added to the board, though, Junie, when you get a chance for turn order.
All right. Now to roll a bunch of initiatives. Let's do the named characters first.
16 fucking.
Also,
enemies.
I don't know how much DMing you've done in the past, but one thing that I found really helpful is when you have like a large group of mobs, you can split them up into smaller groups and roll for those, rather than rolling for like 15 things at once. It tends to go a little bit quicker that way, but
That's fair. I could have theoretically also rolled for all these in advance and just had them in the turn order list already sitting there, unbeknownst to you guys, but I didn't do that either.
yeah.
So
That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually a really cool idea. I'm gonna have to do that next time I DM. I like that.
So, who do we want to? What group should we go after first?
Well, they're both equally fucked up, so I say we murder them.
Well, yes, but in the which ones would be more troublesome?
Well, the Talisites are the ones that were fucking with Leyland, so they're kind of like douchebag numero uno. The Merkelites, they worship like a semi-dead evil god of the dead. So
I'm more curious, is there a gearing difference between what their gear is?
well, that sounds pretty meta to me.
Well, it's
No, I was trying to
kobolds
think
and
about-
ghouls. Who can I hit? Who's got a better chance for me?
Well, I mean, let's think about this for a second.
Junie, I should have a 9, not a 21.
Oh, did
Just
I
as
over
a-
did I overwrite you?
Yeah,
by
you
mistake?
gave me a lot.
That's a really good roll.
I'm honestly okay with, the heavy armor-clad Dragonborn going wherever the fuck he wants. So,
I mean, I am too, but I'm being fair here.
yeah. I mean, if you blast things, they die. So, that's good. Yes. The Paladin... What initiative order does the full plate wearing Paladin go?
Paladin goes
He
near the
fucking
bottom.
wants.
Paladin is going near the bottom at the moment, but he would like to go wherever the fuck he wants. He just doesn't have that kind of authority yet.
All right, so with this being lined up the way it is, Ash, I'm going to actually have you go ahead of Valine for the tie. So you get to choose
Okay.
what to do first.
So the guys in the bottom are would be more troublesome.
I don't know.
Not you.
They are
Talking to the
undead.
group.
So,
Undead ghouls? Eh.
yeah, I'd say that's probably a good thing for, like, probably for Knockers to work on, because I know he's got fire.
There's a big problem with that, though.
What's
There's
up?
a lot of burnable items all around us.
Well, don't use AoEs. Single
I'm
target.
sorry.
This isn't
I'm
Final
sorry.
Fantasy 14.
The only fire spell I got is Fireball
Burp,
at
burp.
the moment.
Problem. Okay, caster. Oh, right.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take out my staff and I'm gonna cast Wall of because I have all my charges back.
Ooh, that's a
'Cause it
staff
was-
spell.
Yeah, because it was dawn, right? When we came into town.
It was morning when you entered town, yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got basically all of my charges back, so I can do that. Let me find it. And I want to do a circle, Junie. It has a 20-foot diameter and is up to 20 feet high and 5 feet thick.
Okay.
So I want to cast that, like, right around, like, this guy in the middle.
Okay. So you want to go 20 feet around that guy?
Yes. But I want you to draw it because I'm not good at.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically, you have managed to encircle 2 individuals, and you've managed to get caught in the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4 individuals.
Well, I thought that last session we said that it was a solid circle. That it's
Well, you did a
not, like,
line.
there's-
Is there? Would there be a difference in terms of the shape that you draw it to be?
I don't know. I asked that when we were fighting the ogres.
What is the question?
Whether the circle is a solid circle of thorns or if it's like a wall, like it has does it have a center or is it just a solid circle?
It
And I
is.
thought that
Oh,
somebody
you're
had
talking
said
about
that
is it
it's
a full
the-
circle?
It
or
Yeah, I
is-
thought that somebody
yeah.
said that it's a circle, so it's like a full circle.
It's not a. Well, it's just a ring. Basically, it's a.
Yeah, it's a
circle.
ring.
Like a sphere. I'm sorry, not a sphere. It's basically just a ring. Like if you were to do a line, it's just obviously that line, 10 feet tall, and impenetrable, and you can't see through it. The same would be
Okay.
like this. You basically just drew a donut around 2 people
Okay, so it's a donut.
Mm-hmm.
and caught
Okay.
4 people on the edge of it to take damage.
Got it. So each of those people I caught in it have to do a dex save.
All right, 1 second.
That still looks like 4 kobolds, if not
Yes.
5. Yeah, whenever it talks about putting something in a circle, it means like a ring shape, not like a full.
Not an
filled-in
actual
circle.
sphere.
Yeah, it's not a disc.
sphere would be solid.
Yeah, it'll tell you if it's a sphere, it'll say sphere. So
Okay.
if it's filled in, if it says a circle, that just means a ring shape with that diameter.
The other language it will use is radius, which then refers to sphere.
All right, so
Usually,
you got 2 of them, and 2 of them evaded. Well, at least evaded the, I don't know, the
They
ensnarement.
take half on a
Right.
save.
Right.
that's still a shitload of damage. There's bits and pieces of cobalt everywhere.
I mean, maybe if they died, but I don't know if they died yet. I'm making Ginny do math right off the bat.
19,
Oh, how evil.
20,
Making them work. Making them work.
And 37 is... is 68.
All right. Okay. So when the person with fireball starts measuring things, you should all be worried.
Okay, none of them are dead. A couple of them are stuck and look pretty fucked up. Two of them are in the middle, wondering what the fuck is happening, and are kind of frantic. And the other two basically got clipped as they were growing out of the ground and took some damage, which was Valine and this one over here in the front. They got a little zinged, but they were able to try to do a little barrel roll action and get out of the way.
Okay.
Do a barrel
and
roll.
Can I move back a little bit?
Mhm.
I'll stay right about there.
Okay.
That'll end my turn.
Okie doke. So it's Valine's turn, and she is kind of staggered and slightly off balance from what the fuck just happened. But she's going to take her light crossbow and is going to shoot across the way at Argus because she has a little bit of a grudge. And she does not hit. The bolt from her crossbow sails off to the side and sticks into the wood frame of the house off to the side. She curses Merkel's protection. Obviously, that's got to be what it was. It couldn't have been anything else that she would have potentially missed.
Oh, totally not.
And
Definitely wasn't her skill.
And she then attempts to make a little duck and cover underneath this little bale of hay that's chilling over here by this little segment of the quasi courtyard, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And that will conclude her turn. What would you like to contribute to this night?
I just have a question regarding undead on the lower half of the screen.
Okay.
So, are those like so? I don't know how undead work in this game. Are they like if we kill the leader here, is that like do the rest of them just flee, or is this just like one of those okay?
That sounds like a religion check.
I'm genuine. I'm asking at like everybody here. Like, does anybody know? Is this something that we should work towards? Is just focusing the bitch down, or am I just gonna run over here and try to piss off as many of them as I can with a stupid song about grog?
Well, I mean, look how the grog worked last time.
Generally speaking, as someone with a little bit more religious intent, going towards someone who has a bunch of undead behind them is not a bad idea, but it doesn't mean that they'll disperse. It just means that they will no longer be working towards a goal, possibly.
It all kind of comes down to whether or not they're enthralled to the current leader present or enthralled to someone else's control that potentially has
Right.
given control or orders.
It also
to
depends on
somebody
the
else.
type of undead. Because some undead are classified as straight up mindless, others have a semblance of sentience, and others are full blown sentient.
Right, and it's hard not knowing without doing more research or study on them, unfortunately, right off the bat. So it's not a bad idea, but we won't know until either we try and figure it out a bit more during combat, or we just go ahead and kill.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now, after that bolt shot that missed and went wide, this particular ghoul in the front line is going to make a little shamble man movement over here to try to come towards Knockers, but he's not quite nimble enough to make the full distance of the courtyard. So he's going to stare menacingly with his beady, glowing eyes. Which brings us to this particular kobold who also was fucked up a little bit by the wall and did a little quick, fast thinking to get out of the wall before it encompassed him. And he is going to try to make a break for protection over on this side behind Valine, where he will end his turn. Now Argus is up, having received the bolt shot that went wide. Angrily, is going to try to see if she can settle the score. She yells at two of the ghouls behind her to go and get Valine and bring her head. And then I'm looking at it because the character portrait is a woman, and it's confusing me because it's definitely a guy. Argus then takes a few steps back behind his protective ranks and continues to try to give out orders. So this ghoul right here now makes his advance. He's going to try to do Argus proud and get to Valine, except he just can't quite get there because, ghouls. And they're not the fastest beasts of the realm. And then we got Douglas, the shield bearer kobold, who did not get hit by the ring. He's kind of sweating a little bit that he wasn't taken.
Did I just hear that there's a kobold named Douglas?
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh.
So he is going to move his 30. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yep, okay. Move his 30, and he can actually reach somebody. So he's going to attempt to hit Ozzy with his menacing spear, which really is not that menacing. And he fails to hit. So it looked menacing from a distance, but the reality was it was not. And that is the end of his turn. Now, Ghoul Jimbo number 2, trying to do Argus proud, is going to move forward in the courtyard. And that is all that they can do this round. The next kobold, unfortunately stuck in the web, as it were, of the vines, is going to attempt to see if he can frantically break free because he has lost his sanity from this random event.
Do I need to roll again?
Yes, please, because I'm rolling for his dex to see if he will break free. And he will not.
Crush.
So this
Less than last time?
this poor kobold, Timothy, he doesn't make it, and he leaves a bloody mess on the fringe of the Ring of Thorns.
I used Druidcraft to make little red flowers on him.
Squish, squash, a crimson flower.
Ring around the rosy? Appropriate since we're in a plague.
Anyways, I'm having fun playing with effects.
Don't mind John. He's busy playing with toys.
I have
Also,
to
can
have...
we please continue giving all the kobolds dad names?
Sure, I'll try.
Bob.
All right, so after Timmy didn't make it, it's now Azzy's turn.
If I leave the immediate vicinity of this kobold here, I provoke an attack of opportunity, correct?
That would be correct.
Okay, I'm gonna do that anyway.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Nice, going for broke. Let me see if he hits you as you run by. He does not. He rolled a 6.
Bye.
So he just kind of pokes the ground as you run past. He maybe even kicks the dirt like he's upset, like he fucked up. He's like, damn it.
Cool. Alright, so how does grappling work?
It's a strength check. So basically, if you want to grapple, do a strength check, and then from there, I go into the grappling mechanics, but most of it's basically just like you've effectively suppressed the individual that you're grappling's ability to do anything.
But what if I want to like throw them at this wall of thorns?
We would need to do some rolls to see if that is a successful use of strength to be able to achieve the action that you're attempting. You can, if you pass the strength check to grapple, we'll start there. If you do so, that would basically be like one action. And then from that point, if you're going to then attempt another flourish of a move from being able to successfully get the upper hand in a grapple against somebody else, it would be like an attack or a second attack or something of the event that you're doing.
I think I'll just stick with my basics.
That's fair.
Secondary question: do you want me to reset my temporary health from the previous?
You had set it from the night prior when we were sleeping, and now you're in the night following. I would say yes, please.
Okay. And I don't know why, but it's not reflecting my max HP in D&D Essential, or
In the plugin or whatever.
yeah.
For your
So
for your token, you mean, Knight?
yeah, for my token.
So if you click on the little gear that pops up when you select yourself for your token, that's the settings, and it'll be bar 3, and then you change the right side for the max to push it up, and the left side controls how much you currently have out of it.
Okay.
Correct.
That's done. It's a 13 hit.
A 13 does not hit. Valine evades the attack.
Or a 16.
A 16 does hit. Valine does not evade the attack.
Cool. I will Shield Master Shove as well to sort of try to knock them to the ground. And that's a strength check, correct?
Correct.
12. I always roll really shit on these strength checks. I'm gonna fucking +5.
And Valine nimbly rolls a 16, evading your ability to knock her around.
Okay. I'll keep that then.
All right. So it is now this other ghoul back here's turn, and they are going to listen to the master's call, as it were, and will make a movement forward to make a semi-defensive posture while some of the other ghouls are advancing to do attack. And he will hold his ground here defensively until the next round. And then it is Caster's turn. And I'm going to do some basic maneuvers for Caster while we're still waiting for his arrival. So Caster is going to take a step this way. He's going to use his Guiding Blast, I believe is the correct spell for that.
Yes, Guiding Bolt, first level spell. It's awesome.
So let me just roll for him real quick.
Guiding Bolt, it's kind of like a cleric's Kamehameha.
Boom.
So that rolled with advantage. Did not need to be with advantage.
So
So
we
we
would have
just
gotten
see.
the 11th.
It still hits. Still hits anyways. It's just
I
not a
mean,
crit.
okay.
So it's the 18 without the crit. So
Yeah.
it still does 18 points of damage. And
18 points of radiant damage, and then we get what advantage on the next attack roll against it?
The first
Correct.
one that tries to, yes.
correct. So this particular bolt flies forward from Caster and hits this ghoul. And it staggers the ghoul back and knocks him on his ass.
Okay.
So he's currently prone. And looks pretty fucked up.
Hey, Knockers, you want to tag team that ghoul?
We'll see what happens. You're going before me.
I got a plan.
Caster concludes his turn. It is now this ghoul back here's turn, and the ghoul is going to similarly come forward and make a little bit of a defensive posture in front of Argus,
There he is.
and concludes his turn. Welcome, Caster.
Hello.
So I basically just took your turn moments ago for you, where I fired a guiding bolt from your current position and hit this particular ghoul right here, where they effectively got knocked on their ass, prone, and took a bunch of damage and are not looking so hot right now. So that's basically all that's happened so far in terms of combat for your turns since you haven't been here. So you're pretty well caught up at this point, I would say.
Okay, cool.
All right, so it is now this kobold, Brandon. We'll go with Brandon. Inside of the Ring of Thorns, he is a little scared because he doesn't know what to do. He calls out for Talos to give him guidance, and runs forward and attempts to see if he can jump through the wall, not knowing that the wall is impenetrable. And he will then roll a dex save.
Oh God. She rolled above average. That's not gonna be good.
He rolled a 6, which is kind of shocking because they have a dex save of +2. They have a 15 for dex, but he rolled a 6. So he basically just did like a free willy jump, like trying to see if he can make it, except he basically just eviscerated himself on the inner wall of the thorns. Nobody could really see it happen other than hearing some kind of squishy noises. Brandon is no more.
Hi, Brandon.
All right, so now this particular kobold back here, whose name will be Stefan. Stefan is stuck in the wall right now, and he's gonna do everything he can within his power to hold true and not move and fuck himself up. And he hardens himself against his current disposition and calls out for one of his comrades to try to see if they can break him free, rather than trying to free himself.
Oh, that's a thing.
Sure. But he's basically immobile, sitting there, hurt, and stuck in a wall of thorns.
That's fine. You have to move eventually, babe.
Stefan lives to fight another round for the moment. All right, so the next ghoul right here, he's going to come across because he saw what Caster just did, and he's going to try to see if he can give him a little claw action, give him a little swipey, because he's like, hey, that wasn't cool. You knocked my friend on the ground. And he rolls a 20, which hits for 5 slashing damage.
Disregard this next roll in chat, please.
Okay.
Sorry, I was being dumb. I didn't do the thing in.
No problem. So what you'll need to now do for me, Caster, is if you could please roll a Constitution saving throw,
Oh, snap.
having been hit by the claws of this particular ghoul.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay, that's good.
Oh yeah, you definitely
Wow.
are not. You definitely are not affected by this odd toxin-like paralysis that would have overcome the simplest of men. And that is the end of his turn. Talia, you may proceed.
All right, cool. So there's going to be somebody with advantage on this motherfucker, right?
Correct. Yeah, he's currently prone. He also has advantage because of Guiding Bolt, but he's also prone right now, so.
Alright, cool. So, action numero uno. Measured out, that's 25 feet of movement.
Mhm.
Let's see. Then I'm going to stab him with my rapier, because that's the
Pokey,
simplest
okay.
and easiest thing to do.
Pokey stick, yeah, I got you.
Pokey stick will be extra sharp.
Oh,
my
hello, critical.
goodness.
Thanks for the extra sharp shit.
Super pokey.
All
I
right,
believe
well,
you do get your sneak attack too, since you have advantage on
Yeah,
him.
it's already included on
it's
the right
all
box.
in
so-
those
so-
boxes. And
Left
I'll let
box
you
is
know.
normal crit.
I'll let you know that ghoul only had 8 remaining HP, so
It's dead.
it's pretty fucking dead.
See, you didn't need my help.
Yeah, pretty fucking dead. So yeah, you basically make it one with the dirt by just repeatedly stabbing it, and so it's bleeding and basically just being pushed into the ground. And it's like you're reburying the undead.
This is my red mage move.
Ver, fuck you.
For fuck you. I like that. And then I still have a bonus action and a reaction left for this round, so reaction doesn't matter. Hey guys, which one are we killing next? Just asking for a friend.
Pick one at this point. There's so fucking many.
Just pick one.
I would say somebody to the left because the guys that are on the upper side are going after Valine.
Okay, so we're gonna go after this one next. All right, cool. So this motherfucker gets hex. I will display in VTT un momento.
Why are you making the ground bleed? I don't like it when it bleeds.
I
It means it's alive. It means it's a mimic. I don't like mimics.
I just discovered the best thing. All right, so you have successfully hexed that Mr.
It's a
Gulio,
person.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What type of trait are you giving them negation against?
Well, so he needs disadvantage on something. It's undead, so con is dumb, wisdom is dumb. I don't really have anything to target Dex with, so. Oh, I know. Yeah, we're gonna target dexterity. That way, caster can whack it with the holy light thingy. Okay, but then again, that's like all his spells. Shit. What's that cantrip you use all the time?
Sacred Flame?
Yeah.
That one. That's dexterity saving throw, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Dope. His dex has been hexed.
Noted and applied.
Cooperation and teamwork. Next person.
Okay. Gunhild?
Question: will my arrows penetrate the wall of thorns to hit those guys?
They will not, unless
No.
you are above the height of the wall, which is currently at 10 feet tall.
Did you just ask the ranger if they can?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I-
he's got boots that can fly.
How tall is this building right here?
The building is probably no more than 20 feet tall at the peak of the roof.
Sweet, I'm gonna come flying, be basically on top of the roof,
Okay.
but I can't move my character there because there's an invisible wall.
Correct.
Thank you.
Because normally the game doesn't allow you to actually get up on objects that you shouldn't be able to get onto vertically, but because I'm such a nice DM.
Well, I got happy boots. Bonus action, I'm gonna put on this guy on the bottom left, my hunter,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna light him up with my longbow. With sharpshooter.
Okay.
23
Is a hit.
for 26 points of damage. As a spin-off action, because the other kobold is within 5 feet, I'm going to use my Horde Breaker ability and hit him with an attack. Will a 12 hit?
It will not.
Then for my second attack, I will sharpshoot that guy again. "12 doesn't hit.
No, it does not.
I'm
You have penetrated the impenetrable wall with an arrow, and it sits there.
and it's mocking me,
It sits there
And-
mocking you.
and that's all I've got.
Okay. Nokris, you're up.
I did have a plan, but this kobold here is preventing me from enacting it. So I'm going to deal with him first.
I figured out how to make blood splatter. It's great.
The wall of thorns is bleeding.
Blood for the blood lily.
A 17 hits, I'm guessing.
It does indeed hit.
Okay. And then I will also just use my Divine Smite as well, and I'll just burn a first level spell slot to do it. So 22 points of damage all told.
Fair enough.
Is it still standing? I take
It's still standing. It's still holding its shield. Still looking at you with beady eyes and a little spear, and just being like, "Fuck you, Mike."
That'll be it for my turn.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, for the ghoul the ghoul contingent down here. This particular ghoul is going to move forward in the courtyard, and yeah, that's where he's going to stop because he can't quite get any closer to Talia to attack. He also kind of just saw what happened and was like, that could be me, so let me stay nearby somebody else in case that attempts to happen to me. And he concludes his turn in a defensive maneuver. And that takes us to Timothy the second in the back row here behind the wall of thorns. Not really sure what exactly just happened. His view was suddenly obstructed by all these thorns, and he heard some screaming and some bleeding and some death. And he's a little freaked out, but he's not sure what's happening in the road anymore because he can't really see. He just knows that there's this guy that's up on the roof that was shooting down inside of the circles, so he's like, that's not good. So he's going to come on down, make a fast break into the courtyard around the wall. to quickly survey what's happening, seeing that Valine is now to his back, as he is currently, pressing upon her. He's going to attempt to see if he can surround Azzy, but now that he's sprinted into the courtyard and has got a vision of the scene, he is suddenly caught unaware and will be staying where he is as he attempts to pivot and turn back around towards Azzy, but his poor acrobatics didn't quite get it. So he loses his footing and remains where he's standing. And last but not least for the round, Christopher in the Ring of Thorns.
No, dude, just kill yourself.
He got sniped from above. Well, he was kind of like being like, dude, what the fuck? Like, there's already thorns in here. Like, where can I even go? And you're just gonna fucking shoot me? What the fuck? And he's gonna see if he can attempt to help his buddy out of the wall. So he's gonna walk over a little bit and be the best friend that he can be and just tell him to shut up and grab his leg and try to tug really, really hard.
Oh no.
Yeah, because that's.
Yeah, because pulling the guy really worked.
Kobolds are not known for their intelligence, okay?
Apparently.
He's gonna get the leg, guys.
He is definitely gonna get that.
So can you please roll some damage for the wall for me, Keita?
He'll have drumsticks tonight, night.
Right. So, as prescribed
Right.
by many people,
Just do the
Christopher Christopher manages to free the leg.
I hear you chew the most, Chris.
And now he's chilling inside of this Ring of Thorns with a leg in his hand. Not really sure what to do, so what he's going to do is he's going to attempt to throw the leg over at Gunhild up on the roof. So I'm going to roll to see if he hits here. 1 second.
If he rolls a nat 20, he deserves it.
He rolled a 17.
Was that with disadvantage?
Yes, because his other roll was actually a 20.
Oh, Jesus.
But the first roll that went through was a 17. But if it has to be disadvantage, it's still a 17. So anyways, so this leg, kind of cut off a little bit around the thigh area. He lobs it over the top, and it kind of like end over end boomerangs towards Gunhild up on the roof.
I'm getting sniped by a fucking leg of lamb.
I have a question. Is this like an entire leg, like thigh included, or
No.
looking...
It's ripped off. Like it's ripped off basically at the thigh. So like there's a little bit of flesh kind of above the knee, but mostly it's just like from the foot up to a little past the knee.
I mean, can I roll an acrobatics check to try and grab the thing?
Oh, dude, just
No, it hits you in the chest for 3 damage.
And a thuddy splat.
Right, and it tumbles down the roof a little bit and just lays up right in the gutter. It just rests there.
grab that. That's a legendary weapon. It's got stats like you wouldn't
We're
believe.
gonna make a lamp out of it.
And then I'm going to go outside and shoot my eye out.
And that is the end of Christopher's turn. Ash, it is now your turn again.
Okay. So if I move like here, would I be able to hit this guy? Or are we doing the whole line of sight thing? I know I've asked this before, but I forget.
You'd be able to hit. Yeah, you'd be able to hit.
Okay.
I'm
That's all
effectively
right.
I'm effectively not letting like body blocking be a thing with line of sight for ranged combat to try
Aim
to
between the legs.
give ranged combat a little bit more love than it normally gets. Although it looks like the rules in 5e make range combat just like ridiculous. So I probably should rethink
Yeah.
that for future campaigns.
Okay. So I want to cast Ice Knife at, I think I casted it at 2nd level. Yes, I'll cast it at 2nd level.
Okay. So it has additional cold damage associated. You're casting it at the kobold or casting it at Valine?
I'm casting it at the kobold in the northern part.
Gotcha. Okay.
So what is that? 2? I don't know what to roll for.
Give me a spell attack roll for you, which is what? What's your spell spell attack at the top of your spell sheet?
+7 spell attack.
Yeah, so if you just click the dice that's next to it, should have a die next to it, I think, right? Okay, so there we go. So 12. Let me see if he dodges that. I don't think he's going to because they kind of suck. Oh no, yeah, he rolled a 1.
Oh no.
So that ice knife hits him squarely in the face, and he takes. Roll the 1d10 for me. He takes 5 damage, right to the nose, which he's not really keen about. And just then, the knife explodes into a cloud of frost that explodes outwards. If
Is
you
it
could,
2d6 or 3d6?
it's 3d6 because you do an additional 1d6 for 2nd level or higher. So he takes 14 damage. Well, actually, I don't think he directly takes because I have to do a
Did
DC
he?
save, right?
Is that with the dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, I just did a save for him that he failed, so he would take that. So he takes the full brunt of the 14 cold damage. He's a little cold. And Valine,
And yep.
Valine from behind, realizing what's happening, quickly turns and hears this explosive noise. Come on, dice, roll. And she nimbly hits the deck before the spray goes by and only takes half the damage.
So is she prone? I'm asking for a friend.
No, she's not prone. Like, it would be like if you basically, like, you know, quickly ducked. Like, you didn't fully hit the deck, drop to the ground, kind of like flatten yourself.
Damn.
I know, you really would have loved it. I know.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Flame Blade, and that'll.
Okay. So you're now burning with hot fire. Got it. So the one thing that I will mention is if you want to in fact do that,
Oh, that's
your
right. I
wall
can't
goes
do that.
away.
Yeah, never mind. I don't want. Well, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. It's fine.
Damn.
So we're not doing that, or we're doing that?
Okay, we'll keep the wall. I won't do.
Okay. The flame blade will stay in your back pocket.
Yes.
You may burn your ass, but that's okay. All right. So I assume that's the end of your turn.
Nicely toasted bun.
Precisely. I'll tell you. I'll tell you a fun story after we're done here about that from earlier today. All right. So now it's Valine's turn. Thoroughly now cornered against this particular location where she didn't really want to get stuck, but she's kind of stuck, and that kind of sucks. But she's going to attempt to do her 3 attacks with her short sword against Azzy.
What the fuck?
Let's see what she
3?
does.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
better kill me, bitch, otherwise you're gonna wind up in that wall of thorns.
So she hit you twice,
God damn, you better kill me, bitch.
and you take a total of 15 damage.
Damn.
But you likely can use your defensive prowess to negate some of that damage.
Oh yeah.
I believe you can remove, what was it, 3 damage from your armor mastery or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's 3 damage, but is that per attack, I wonder, or is that...
I think it's for the round.
I'm sorry?
I think it's for the round of combat, receiving damage for that round. But
Okay.
you'd have to read it. But assuming that I'm incorrect, you'd be taking 12.
While you are wearing heavy armor, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage that you take from non-magical weapons is reduced. All it
Gotcha.
says.
Gotcha. So then instead, you will be taking 9 damage. So you get to resist an additional 3. Because it would count as 2 different sources because there are 2 separate attacks. All right. And then Valine, being the nimble, masterful bitch that she
Oh
is.
no. Oh no. We get a reaction here, don't we?
Not if she has the ability to use a cunning action of disengaging.
What's your reaction that you're trying to do?
She's
Oh.
gonna basically make a break for it.
Well, no, I'm asking Knight what he's trying to do.
I was just gonna expend one of my superiority dice, but can't do it, can't do it.
Well, I mean, for what? She attacked and she did miss. So if you would like to riposte, you get the ability to before she takes her move to get out of there.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Can I do that?
Yeah.
If she,
She
but if
attacked
she's
3
got
times.
that cunning act.
Right, but all I'm saying is, like, she can now, like, she did her attack. If your reaction is then to riposte for the time that she attacked and missed, that is an active thing that you can do.
Okay. Then
So-
yeah.
So go ahead.
Jesus, of course.
So that didn't quite do much.
Well,
And
it's a riposte, so.
right, so
And I also missed, so.
right. So Valine will kind of dodge your riposte, and then will disengage as bonus action, and then use her movement to continue to run down the street as she can see that things are going pretty fucking terribly for her right now.
I'm sorry to. She has that skill that allows her to disengage without provoking a
She
Attack of
has cunning action, which allows her to use a bonus action either to dash, disengage, or hide during her turn. And she has not yet moved this turn,
Okay.
so she's going to disengage and run.
Cool.
And that concludes her turn. All right, so now I believe this guy's name was not Timothy, but we will call him
Dave.
Juan. He's pretty fucked up, but he sees that Valine is trying to maybe make a little bit of break for it, and he's going to press his advantage forward, quote unquote advantage forward, to attempt to see if he can distract / attack Knight and potentially hit him as his, last hurrah, as he is barely still standing.
Really?
So he's going to attempt to stab you with his multi-attack, which is 2 spear strikes. And we'll see how he does. First swing is a
Here
miss.
comes the crit, baby.
Second swing is a critical failure rolled on both dice.
To be fair, I said it was a crit. I didn't say it would be a
Right.
crit.
A crit hit. He said it was a crit, so it's fair. And it is in fact a crit. So as he attempts to stab you this last time, his spear goes flying wildly over your head and lands somewhere over by the wall of thorns. He then continues to hold the shield in front of him, shaking a little bit. Now very afraid of you.
Kobolds are a small size, right?
They are indeed small, yes.
Okay.
And that will conclude his frightening turn. All right. Argus is now up, seeing the lay of the fight currently turning to his favor. God, I gotta stop doing that because I see the portrait. And opts to press the advantage forward, calling to the denizens of Merkel to bring down to bear upon the interlopers. And Argus moves forward, leading the quote-unquote charge. And bolsters the attack of these two ghouls right here, where they will have advantage rolls on their next turn. And concludes the turn for Argus. Alright, so now we got this ghoul right here in the courtyard who was trying to make his way across the scene to see if he could do some damage to Valine, but now that he sees that Valine is kind of piecing out, things are going a little pear-shaped. He's going to turn his attention and make his way downtown a little bit, over to say hello to Talia.
Hello.
And the ghoul is going to attempt to bite Talia with his
Disadvantage.
with his
'cause Cloak
ugly
Displays-
mouth.
Well, your ugly mouth gets disadvantage.
And he rolls
Which
a 13.
really isn't saying much because, I have a 12.
Right.
but-
He rolls a 13. And you take 6 points of piercing damage from his ugly mouth.
How much?
6. His bite attack is 2d6 plus 2.
Ah. So just 6 damage.
That's correct. 6 damage.
Oh, okay. I guess I was expecting it to hit a lot harder.
I mean, you got bit.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a ghoul. He's just gonna gum you to death.
I mean,
I'd
you
be
might think
more
that,
worried
but-
about the claws, personally.
All right, so now it is this
Shh, don't
kobold
remind him.
right here who, I think this particular one's name is probably going to be Aaron. The fabled Aaron. And he's going to attempt to stab Nokris a few times with his spear, as you can see that the fight is turning, and he's trying to see if he can turn the tides to not die in the streets for Talos. His first swing
Talos wants you to die, though.
misses horribly.
Okay.
The second swing misses even more horribly. And you kind of just stand there looking at this kobold like, what the fuck were you thinking? And the kobold doesn't really know what it was thinking because it's got a really shit intelligence. And it's now this particular ghoul that's been hexed's turn. And he's going to come forward and wander on over to Talia and be like, that was not cool, the thing that you did to me before. And he's going to attempt to claw you.
No disadvantage this time. Just a 12.
Correct.
Shit.
So he does in fact hit. And
Nokris, help!
could you please give me a Constitution save?
No.
Well, if you don't want to, you can just be paralyzed. That's fine.
Definitely not. We're gonna give a save.
Good luck.
Ah!
There you go.
There.
So yeah, you're like, fuck your paralysis, bitch. But you take 6 points of damage. And that's the end of that particular ghoul. Aaron. No, that wasn't Aaron. That was
Jaqueline.
That was Jake Quellen, right? Anyways, Azzy, you are up.
God damn. Take my fucking damage if they're gonna fucking attack me, but I run straight down over here.
Okay. Well, the one that was next to you that would have had the attempt to hit you as you ran by literally had nothing to try to hit you with other than the air and potentially his fist. So
Before I did that, I kind of knelt and patted on him and said, "Better luck next time."
And the other one that was in the street was not currently looking at you as you ran by. He was focused trying to go towards Nokris. So he didn't get a chance to swing at you as you ran past.
Okay. Well, I've got a couple things that I'm about to do. So.
All right. Let me get my get my crits ready here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Proceed.
I'm sorry, I have to actually find them real quick.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. So, Talia, would you like to move?
I mean, I can on my turn, or are you saying that you can do some?
I can allow you to move up to half of your speed without provoking attacks of opportunity.
That was going to be my next question, so yes, I would.
Alright. Well. First, let's see if I hit. So I will be attacking the one that's directly in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 12 hit?
It does in fact hit.
Great.
So you smack his bitch up for 10 points of damage.
I'm actually going to do a little bit more than that.
Okay. All right. Well.
Not much. Oh, I'm sorry. Navigating this is really weird. Oh, God damn it. Alright, so it's not letting me link this particular maneuver, but where's the dice? Need. So add 3 damage to that. And
Okay.
Maneuvering attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to maneuver one of your comrades into a more advantageous. Oh wait, no, is that the one that I wanted to do? Oh yeah, you add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and you choose a friendly creature who you can see or hear you. That creature can use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks from the target of your attack.
Fair.
So, if Talia would like to move,
Yes, you would.
just because of the way this reads, by the way, you will, provoke an attack of opportunity from one of them.
Correct.
Good point.
So one of them will get a shot if you want to make a break for it.
Versus
I do still. I've got plenty of hit points left, assuming he doesn't fuck me up. So, in that case, Talia is going to do all the way over here. So take your attack.
Okay, so that was my first attack, and I still have.
Because he gets an
one.
attack of opportunity, right? Green guy.
Correct. Yep. I'm gonna have him swing for his bite to see if he bites you as you try to get out of there. Which he doesn't hit, so you're free from that.
Cool.
And then I will. Let's see. I'm going to use. Wait a minute. Which one are you? Have you gone yet. Has this particular ghoul moved yet?
Which one? The one in front of you?
The one that's right in front of me. Yes, he has. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
I will then expend another superiority dice. To do a trip attack if this next attack hit.
It does in fact hit.
21. So 14 points of slashing damage,
Mm-hmm.
in addition to the 9 that it suffered earlier. Now, shit, where did it go? Class features. Trip attack. When you hit with a weapon attack, you can spend 1 superiority die to add the total to the damage. Blah blah blah. And if the target is large or smaller, must make a Strength saving throw DC 13. On a failure, the target is knocked prone.
So it failed. So basically, you just like swung your sword, hit him real good, and then you basically like choke slammed him to the ground, where he became one with the courtyard.
Was he dead?
He is dead.
Fuck. Well, if I'd known that he was gonna die, I wouldn't have fucking used a fucking. Oh well.
Well,
Damn it.
he been choke slammed. That's how it goes, you know. You tripped him, and then you just slammed him through the canvas. Now you got a broken ring. I assume that is now the end of your turn.
Yeah, I already used all my movement, so yep, that.
All right. A riveting round of combat. This ghoul right here, he's going to come on in because he's like, hey, this dude just got chokeslammed. I don't know if I like that. And he's going to attempt to see if he can claw Azzy. And he rolls an 18, but that's not good enough. So he swings wildly into the air and nothing happens. And that is the end of his depressing turn. Caster, you may go.
I'm going to cast Channel Divinity to try and destroy undead. Or at least turn them.
Okay. Just give me 1 second here. Take 6 points of damage for me. For the attack of opportunity for the ghoul that is in front of Talia.
Oh, I thought I didn't need their range, but okay.
Well, you were what, north of Talia, and then you just moved 2 spaces right next to him.
Yeah, I went from.
Well, I guess technically you're right because you didn't theoretically leave a 5-foot radius of him. You just kind of circled around. So continue.
Okay, yeah, I cast Destroy Undead, and here it hits each of them in the 30-foot range. Radius, 30 feet from me in any direction. For that, and the saving throw for that is a 16. I'll tell you what thing in a second, I forgot to pull it up.
So basically, a bunch of these undead have to roll wisdom saves against turn undead.
Yes, and at level, I think level 8, it's I think a CR1 is destroyed if it fails, or lower.
Gotcha. All right, let me roll for the ghouls first because they're easier. Yeah, that basically will work against everything. Well, it will work against the ghouls because the ghouls are challenge rating 1. It will not work against Argus as far as the destroy undead part is concerned. But let me roll the wisdom saves here. What's your spell attack?
16.
Okay. All right, so after that little foray, so Argus succeeded in your turn undead resistance. This ghoul over here succeeded in your turn undead resistance. Everyone else failed. So they all basically are destroyed.
God damn.
Housekeeping.
Yeah.
What the actual fuck? Alright.
Cleric OP.
So I have
Right.
a
For my bonus action, I'll cast Healing Word at level 1 on Talia. Because it doesn't actually call the thing a spell. It just
Says
says
9 to it, right?
yes.
That's how you use healing word.
And I'll end my turn.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry.
He pukes the word of his god on you, and it feels good.
I just hold up the symbol of Bahamut. I don't see anything. Oh, for the Healing Word, rather.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we don't king shame.
Nope, we don't.
I meant for the turn that I don't. I just hold up the symbol and don't care.
All right, Talia. It is currently your turn.
Okay, well that kind of screws that plan over.
You got
But I
Cabal
like
you can deal
Caster's
with.
plan better. So where's this crazy bitch at?
Yo, I just want to say, Caster, like, what the fuck? If you were gonna do that, I probably would have I would have fucking pursued.
There
Came
wasn't
down
enough
here, y'all
communication.
needed help.
Is 65 feet away.
You can make it. Just jump.
Oh no, I can actually make it if I dash. And let's see here. Spells says I still have some left. So, as my action, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. Poof. There's a little puff of smoke and I'm gone.
Okay.
And then let's count that out one more time. Assuming I take the straightest path possible to get up there to that square that I'm measuring from, that'll put me adjacent to what's her nuts with a dash and a move. With my bonus action being the dash, thanks to cunning action. Because
Just,
rogue.
I would recommend being careful. She does have a triple attack. She did do, fucking 15 points of damage to me across one turn. I don't know what that is compared to you, but I'm a hard motherfucker to hit. Probably the hardest in the group.
It's not good.
It's fair. I'm still gonna stab her.
I'm
Don't
a
worry,
hard
I'm also
motherfucker.
invisible. So she has no idea I'm there in the first place. So, next person.
Gunhild.
Gunhild is very happy that this guy is still sitting in a ring of thorns and with my hunter's mark. I'm going to sharpshoot his happy ass.
Poor Timothy the Third.
I'll live on in legend. Did anybody grab that leg? Fuck.
It's still on the roof with me. I hit him for 21.
It's in the gutter. Yeah, it's in the gutter. So Timothy the Third receives your piercing arrow directly to the head and falls over in this ring of thorns like a ritualistic sacrifice where he bleeds out in the circle.
Aw. I yell down to Ash from the roof, "Your ring's clear."
Welcome.
And then I'm going to move my hunter's mark over the guy by the yeah,
The box with the leaves in it. Yeah.
the box with the leaves in it, and then I'm going to sharpshoot him. Oh, I did not hit him though.
Yeah, but the leaves are having a bad day.
Oh yes. And I am done.
Okay. Nokris, you're up.
All right, I'm going to hopefully deal with this kobold in front of me really quickly. Nope, not with that. Most definitely not with that.
Stop it.
He kind of like looks triumphant for a moment because he missed before and now you missed. So now you're both even, but he's also a lot shorter than you are.
Does this have... So well, it's ranged. Yeah, that will be it for right now for me.
Okay, okay. It is now the lone remaining ghoul's turn. I'm going to use that to mark them from now on. And he's kind of like a little fucking scared because everybody just fucking exploded. And he was like, shit. But he knows the caster was the one that did it. So he's going to try to see if he can give you a little revenge for all of his fallen comrades. And attempt to see if he can claw you. Which he did not. He swung wildly in the air, waved his arms around like he just don't care. And that was the end of his turn.
He did a handstand.
All right, so now it is... Gosh, I don't remember who these people are
You're
anymore.
using the wrong marker.
Yep, fair. Hold on.
Yes.
All right, so it's... Let's call this Jake Wellen. Pretty sure we were going with Jake Wellen, so... This will be Jake Wellen. Jake Wellen's going to come on down right here, post up, and he's going to attempt to attack Nokris. And because kobolds have this cool thing called pack tactics, he gets advantage on attack rolls against other creatures when there's another kobold within 5 feet. So he's going to attempt to see if he can poke you a couple times with the Speary Boy. First roll is an 18.
Yep.
And that deals... That deals 11.
11, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
And second one hits for 7. Actually, take some of that 11 back down to 8. So it's a total of 15. I miscalculated because there's 2 damage values on there, and I just read the tooltip real quick to discern what it's all about. And it's basically if he was not wielding a shield and was two-handing his spear, he would be doing 11.
Okay. But I took 7 from his second attack, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
And
Good
that
looking knock.
is the end of his turn. Back around to Ash.
Okay. I'm going to cast the cantrip Primal Savagery.
Hmm.
Should have moved first, but I wanted to move here so I can hit this guy with.
Hmm. With your menacing phalange.
Yeah.
All right, so the 22 hits, and he does in fact take 11 points of damage. And he looks pretty fucked up.
Okay, I'm also, for my bonus action, going to cast Flame Blade at second level.
Okay.
And that does take away my ring.
Yep. So now I have
Now
a
what am
flaming
I-
sword.
That's it.
Okay. All right, so it is now Valine's turn. And Valine, taking a quick moment to assess the situation, can now clearly see that the tides have turned heavily in her favor in the blink of an eye. So she attempts to make her way back into the fight. Making her way down the street over to here. And opening herself up to a sneak attack of opportunity from Talia as passing by.
Doop 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 doop. And I'm invisible. I hope you like sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I get advantage on that because I'm invisible. Yeah.
Correct.
I'll
Right.
take that 21, thanks.
21.
16 damage.
16 points of damage. So Valine, as they're running by getting stabbed, is very, very confused as to what's happening here. But
And then poof, I'm behind you.
right, but continues to make their way into the town square after receiving said pokes.
A rogue really is the worst surprise that can pop out of a wedding cake.
Depends on what they're carrying and what they're wearing.
It's a rogue. They're not wearing anything. They're smart.
Then is it really the worst thing? So
Yeah, 'cause you're
Valine,
getting stabbed.
so Valine is now in the middle of the street, having been stabbed, kind of fucking annoyed by that, and is going to take the crossbow that she has and fire a couple shots towards Talia, having been stabbed. So the first one with disadvantage misses. Second one with disadvantage hits. So you receive
You said
5.
crossbow, yes?
Correct.
Does she have something that allows her to ignore the loading property of the crossbow?
She has the ability to do multiple attacks during her round, so
Got
I'm
it.
going to assume that that is what allows her to do that.
Yep.
So you can receive 5 damage.
Dope.
And it is now the lone standing kobold bro from the original defense of Valine. Currently without a weapon, standing there with a shield. Now seeing that Talia is over here, and he's going to attempt to still defend Valine, and will run over towards Talia and attempt to bash Talia with the shield as a martial attack. So let's see if we hit. Nope, rolled an 11. So he is not.
Ah, fuck you.
He is not able to collide with the shield as he tried to smash you with it. And that is the end of his turn.
I really need to remember to cast mage armor on myself more often. I can do it at will. It lasts for 8 hours.
But you should probably consult a doctor if it lasts that long. All right, so Argus, seeing the Valine has returned to the fight and is not fleeing, wants to finish Valine off, as no follower of Talos should win in this battle. And Argus makes their way across the courtyard. And hold on, wait, did I do 5, 10, 15, 20, 30? Oh, I can make it right here. Perfect. And Argus will attempt to claw Valine with a 21, which hits. Valine takes 9 points of damage. And there we go. All right, so Argus's turn is over. And now it is this kobold's turn. We'll call this one Douglas. Douglas is going to attempt to attack Nokris because they had their little show of strength where both of them missed in turn. And he's going to attempt to see if he can actually hit. To prove that he is the better dragon. And he misses.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of stands his ground. Like, you know, I did my turn, you did your turn, I did my turn, now it's your turn. But, you know, we're supposed to miss, so, you know, don't hit me. Azzy, you're up.
Nokris, would you like me to come help you, or would you like me to help Caster? Or would you like me to pursue?
Go with
Rena
Caster
it?
first.
Alright. I'll take that attack of opportunity, please. Thank you very much.
Okay. He missed.
$19 and a 23.
So the 19 is a hit. The 23 is a hit. So 17 points of damage.
And
Ghoul's looking pretty rough.
I will also use that second attack as a shield master shove to try to knock him down.
Okay.
So 13 as the strength save.
And the ghoul fails. So do you want him to go prone or do you want him to be pushed back 5 feet?
Prefer him to go prone, so that way
Okay.
Caster has advantage on next attack.
All right. The ghoul is knocked to the ground like a sack of potatoes, but like stinky, ugly potatoes.
Hey mate, finish him off, yeah?
Hey, good eye, mate. All right. So Caster, his turn.
Advantage, right? Or-
Correct.
On
you're-
melee.
If you're
yeah.
melee,
melee,
you have
yeah.
advantage. Yep. Yep. So that's a hit.
Oh yeah, I had the Van Strike now. I forgot about that. That's 13 damage on it then.
So, hold on here. Here we go. So basically, the ghoul on the ground, you swing down upon him. He has this look of terrored realization as your sword comes flying down to land upon his head. And he explodes in a blinding light of radiance. And is no more.
Knockers, saved Caster.
Good. So if I go down, whoopee-doo. He goes down, all of us go down. Possibly.
And for a bonus action, I'll cast Sanctuary on Knockers.
That's probably not the best use of your time because I'm just going to slap someone.
Oh, I didn't realize how soon you were. then I'll healing word on add at level 1.
Fair enough.
I'm flattered, thanks.
You get 13. Oh no, 11. 11 healing from that.
Great. So the fuck is my max HP?
68.
Thanks.
All right, so caster's turn is now over. Talia, what do?
I have a kobold next to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's weaponless aside from a shield, which doesn't count as a weapon.
Oh.
I mean, unless he tries really hard.
I'm going to cast poison spray at him.
All right. That is what? Con?
Mm-hmm.
So he fails. So he takes
Oof,
11
poison.
11 to the face.
11 poison. Melt, burn, go away. Also, bonus action for cunning action to disengage, and then I'm going to run away.
Disengage from what?
Ha!
You
killed me.
melted him.
Oh, I did melt him.
Yes, you did.
Well, in that case, bonus action to cunning action and dash.
Okay.
Dashing through the blood.
Well, it's mostly poison, but that's fine.
Can we just like kill these kobolds and watch how this ends between them?
By the way, that's going to take.
I mean, that's my plan. The kobolds have caused me more trouble
So
than
dash will
the
get me a
other two.
total of. Oh, cool. Dash will get me 60 feet of movement speed, so we're going to move to the space down here first. For 20.
Why is it pink?
Because it's charming.
And then
Should be yellow for either piss or grog.
25, 30,
You think Grog would be
5,
yellow?
40, 45.
Color should it be?
And end my turn.
Talia,
That's what I think.
don't you
Grog would-
get don't you get sneak attack bonuses if you're like parked right next to an enemy that's engaged to an ally?
If they're
That's
engaged
why I'm
with
parked
another
next to
person,
this one.
yes. If you have an ally within 5 feet of you, you also have advantage and or sneak attack bonuses.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So
understand.
basically, in the position you're in, regardless of if that kobold was attacking you or attacking Nokris, you would have advantage.
Cool.
Oh, it's not if I have an ally within 5 feet of me. It's advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. So
Right.
either
Which
way, I
basically
get
means if you're
sneak attack
flanking.
on the kobold next to me. So
Right. All right. So Gunhild.
Party! I'll move Hunter's Mark to this guy right here.
Poor
And
Jake.
then I will. Yeah, Jaquelin's about to get sharpshooted. Maybe not.
All right. So the dirt over here got a little action.
I'm gonna try that one more time.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! Really?
All right. Well, lightning does in fact strike twice. You have 2 arrows that are over here in the dirt.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna come right here and pick up the leg.
Mm-hmm.
And just hold on to that for safekeeping.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. You can go ahead and add a custom item to your inventory.
One kobold leg.
Yeah, just remember that his name was Stefan. Stefan's leg.
Stefan's lucky leg.
Well, we'll figure out if it's lucky yet or not, but we'll come to figure that out. And I assume
I'm
that's the end of
done.
your turn. Yep. Okay. All right, Nokris.
All right. Let's see if I can kill this kobold. No.
Well,
'cause
you
the
know,
answer is freaking 9.
and he kind of looks triumphant yet again because so far you've been trading misses with each other.
This is
The story of a girl.
something like that.
Who cried a river and drowned the whole world
Mm-hmm.
while she looks so sad in photographs.
Absolutely love her.
When the kobold smiles.
No, when the kobolds die. Duh.
All right, what else? What else you gonna try to do here, Nokris? Anything?
I'm thinking for a second. Hang on. Sorry. I just need to. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Now it's this Jaquelin's turn here. So Jaquelin can tell that, you know, obviously everyone's closing in around them, so he's going to attempt to see if he can take a swing at Talia. Pokey stick hits for 2.
What did he roll, and did you use
A-
disadvantage on that roll?
A 21 and a 12.
Damn. He hits for 2.
He hits for 2. And his second poke is a 6, so he did not hit you. So, of course, he hits on the harder one to hit and then misses on the one that's no longer disadvantage.
What languages do kobolds speak?
Common and Draconic.
I whisper into his mind in Draconic. You suck.
Do you
Ha,
actually
ha,
know
ha.
Draconic?
And yes, I can also speak into his mind, because pact with the Great Old One. So, I'm a Gulak, fools. And
Right.
yes, I do know Draconic.
Okay. Fair enough.
I
Excellent.
love this.
Excellent. I'll have you just edit Stefan to be Stefan, but otherwise perfect.
Okay.
Oh, he's got to spell it like a hipster, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen these kobolds?
Nerds.
So our next quest is going to be totally off the rails. It's going to be our quest to revive Stefan the kobold hipster.
Mm-mm.
All right.
That's-
Ash, it is currently your turn.
I'm gonna see all of this going on between Nokris and his fucking kobold, and I'm just gonna use my flame.
I'm just gonna try to yeet the kobold upside the head.
Yeet.
I think I have to make a spell attack roll.
Yes.
Yep. And you hit him.
Yay for 12 damage.
So his big, dumb, flaming back of his head gets slammed by this flame sword, and he expires.
Thank you.
Welcome. That's it. I'll stay here.
Okie doke. All right, so it's Valine's turn. And Valine is a little pissed off at Argus because if they hadn't been here, all of her plans would have gone according to plan, like plans should go. So she's going to attempt to hit Argus quite a few times with her pointy stick.
Fuck that pointy stick.
All right, so Argus is hit 3 times and takes 10, 17, 23 points of damage. And Argus is kind of not liking that, but at the same time is pretty pissed at Valine now. But Valine defiantly stands her ground. Argus gets a retort and will attempt to claw the shit out of Valine. All right, so first swing is a hit. I'm going to actually use the secondary action for Argus as it would fit the mood of the current moment and see if it gets the DC 13 dex on Valine. Excellent. All right, so Valine rolled a 6 on the dex save, so fails. So Argus basically pounces on Valine, grappling them to the ground, pinning them, and then attempts to bite them.
Oh my.
This is getting entertaining.
And succeeds for 14 points of damage.
All I'm getting here, guys, is that we should have just like let them fight each other and just stayed back.
We should have, but they didn't give us much of a choice.
True.
All right, Azzy, you're up. So in the current positioning of what's going on in the street, Argus is basically pinning Valine on the ground and has currently bit them.
Yo, I don't care about that. That's hot, but
Okay, all right. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm trying to paint you the picture here, right? I mean,
Just remember, it's not 2 chicks; it's a dude to chick.
right.
I mean,
It's still hot.
should that not be hot?
Well, John keeps calling, poor guy, her.
Just wait. Just wait until that flame sword yeets in there. Then it'll be real hot.
I try to grapple this kobold.
Okay. The one that's in front. The only one that's left standing.
Yeah.
He resists.
Fuck.
He resists. But that was pretty good. That was a pretty good attempt, though.
I do it again.
Okay. He did not resist.
Yeah, fuck you. Turn
Alright, so
him
you-
around and
you
I
have
make
him
him
grappled.
watch.
All right. So you hold him and you turn him around and you make him watch Argus and Valine.
I have a question. Does he get disadvantage because he's small and I'm medium?
No.
No?
In grappling, they do have size advantage, disadvantage that I'm aware of. I don't think they've actually edited.
There
or
wasn't
updated the
anything
rules.
listed. It's just you can grapple something up to one size.
Right, which is why there's like stupid stories that exist on Reddit of people like a gnome grappling a dragon and then pinning it out of the sky to the ground. It's stupid. So
You grab the dragon's pinky toe and you don't
and
let
flip
it
it and flip it and pin it to the ground 60 feet below in the air somehow.
Hey, the dragon might find that hot. You don't know.
Exactly. All right. So currently you've now repositioned the kobold, Jake Wellen. So they are now forced having to watch Argus basically pin Valine to the ground and get a little lip lock going on. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Caster, you're up.
I cast blindness at level 3 on both of them.
On Argus,
you
on
do.
Argus and Valine. Okay. All
Yes.
right. So let me roll some con saves here. Hold on.
I can't see what's happening. I can't hear what's happening. But fuck, I'm gonna feel you. I'm gonna feel my way around you.
Whoops.
Oh, it's
What's
just
what's your spell? You said it was 16.
Yep.
All right, so both of them passed.
I'll move over here. And then my turn.
All right. Talia, you're up.
All right. Well, here. I have many options. Most of them include stabbing this thing. So that's what I'm going to do.
You're gonna stab me?
I said thing. You're not a thing. You're a tank. Tanks are not things.
Wait a minute.
There.
All right, so that hits and
10
does
damage
10
total.
damage.
Stabby.
Jaqueline finally has taken damage.
All right. Bonus action disengage.
Okay.
I don't think you
Not
can
that,
hit.
yeah, not that he could do anything because he's currently restrained.
You don't need
Oh.
to disengage. I've got him grappled.
Well, then, anyways, I'm going to move right up on the other side of Argus because technically, Valine is Argus's enemy. Therefore, I still have sneak attack on Argus.
Accurate.
Ha ha ha.
And,
And then I end my turn.
As I say, is that the end of turn? Yes. Okay.
Yes. See.
All right, Gunhild.
As much as I'm enjoying all of the wrestling from the roof, I have to hit Jaqueline.
Okay.
That's go.
God damn it.
Okay, so you deftly hit Jaqueline while being restrained from behind by Azzy
For 23.
for 23 points of damage.
And I guess I'll do it again. Maybe?
It's a miss. Azzy, can you roll a dex save for me? Okay, so he successfully evaded your missed arrow.
Yo, what the fuck?
Man, you're holding my target.
You've got two over there. Fuck you.
Is that
Just
the end
kill
of
him
your
and
turn?
be over with it. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, all right. End of Gunhild's turn. Nokris, you're up.
All right, this kobold is handled, so I'm not gonna pay much attention to him right at the moment. I've got bigger things to deal with. I am going to, as a bonus action, use 2 sorcery points so I can quicken a spell, and I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level. So I have 4 rays to deal with, and I'm going to fire 2 at Argus and
Argus.
2 at Valine.
Okay, so pew pew pew
Yeah.
pew.
Okay, I'll just do Argus first. 19 to hit,
Yeah, it's a hit.
and then a 17.
Also a hit.
Okay. Next is Valine, just to see if I hit. Nat 20,
That's a hit. Yep. Mhm.
so that'll crit. And then that one won't.
Okay, that one's a miss. Yep.
Yep, I will do Argus's damage first, which is 6, 9 points of fire damage, and then Valine's is 14 points of fire damage from the crit.
Okay.
And then that's my bonus action, and then as a move action,
All right. Just give me 1 second here.
Yep.
So as you let loose some fiery beams and shots, Argus takes a couple hits and is deterred from his actions and focusing on you now while still pinning Valine to the ground.
Yeah.
And the one shot that you landed against Valine just completely conflagrates her into a pile of ash in Argus's hands.
Okay.
I whisper into the kobold's ear. Ha! Fuck you, you lost.
I just look right at the kobold. I am your superior now. And then I'm going to move. And going to move up here. And then I'm going to try and attack Argus.
Okay.
And see if it hits. Which I don't think it will with a 10.
It does not hit. Nope.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Fair enough. Also, a little bit of a missed opportunity. You could have landed a I am the captain now, and you didn't. So.
Oh, yeah, I could have.
You
That's
saved it off, Mike.
Way to go. Way to go, Keita.
Don't worry, John. I got it.
Hive mind. We got this. All right. So the kobold, currently restrained, is going to see if he can break free. So go ahead and roll a strength check for me, Ozzy.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what it did twice.
So he successfully breaks free of your grasp.
I'm still smiling. Fuck you. You're dead and you know it.
And he's going to turn around and try to stab you twice. Because he's upset that you held him beyond his wishes to watch Valine be burnt to a crisp right before his very eyes.
And just stick out my chest, like, please.
Hey, do we not want to capture one of these guys to see like what was going on, or are we just gonna like wipe?
Nope,
Doctor's
they
kinda
worship
took care
dark
of
and
that
evil
for
gods.
us.
Okay, so the first hit misses. The second hit lands, and you take 4 points of damage.
Ow.
Yeah, he poked you back. He got you good. Ash, it is your turn.
Okay, but what did I think it was Talia? Somebody responded to me and I didn't hear about like, are we just killing these people, or are we trying to like
Yes,
catch?
let's
one?
murder them because they worship dark and evil gods. So murder them.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna walk up to this guy that's
Cast Rebuke.
having kind of a rough day, and I'm going to use my flame blade on.
Murder hobos. 21 hits. And so you basically clock him upside the head with your yeet of fire yet again. And you make yet another pile of cinders in the
But
street.
I wanted to just like slide it between his ribs.
Well,
Barbecued spare kobold.
They do not make good eating.
Oh,
I saved a leg for later.
She doesn't know that though yet. She has to
not good
learn.
enough. I want ribs.
all right. Well, so you slid it through his chest, and he still turned into a pile of cinders. So
Okay, whatever.
you put it in him, and he's dead. I don't know what else to tell you. You play with fire, things get burned.
There's a reason I haven't cast Fireball yet.
Alright, that's
Alright.
my turn. I'll just stay.
Okay. It's now Argus's turn. Argus, now realizing that they are the only ones still left standing on the field, opts to try to make a plea for their life and to let them escape, and that they'll never be back in this area ever again.
Oh, you'll never be back, all right.
No, nothing.
You're dead, dude.
All right. So
You
Argus.
worship Merkul, you die.
All right. So Argus will attempt to attack Nokris using
Yes, please attack the paladin.
using a claw attack. For an 18 that hits, and
Yep.
we'll attempt to see if they can pin you. If you can roll a what's this? What type of save does it have to be? I think it's strength. Yes. Do a strength check for me. And you gotta beat 13.
Nope. 10.
All right. So they pin you to the ground, and then attempt to bite you, which fails. You're able to successfully dissuade Argus's fangs from coming down upon you.
That's good.
But you are currently restrained by Argus on the ground
Okay.
right now.
Did the claw do damage to me at all?
It didn't because they converted it to a grapple instead of damage.
Okay. I just wanted to double check.
And that is the end of Argus's turn. So Azzy, you're up. Go put your foot inside of a rubber sock.
I have a feeling the sock is going to smell.
Alright. So Nokris, would you just like me to whack at this bitch, or do you want me to help?
Kill the bitch, please! As I try and hold the mouth back with my blade.
Alright. I will go ahead and make 2
Okay.
Damn.
All right, so they both do not connect. You kind of wildly slash down and keep missing as Argus keeps bobbing around while trying to bite Nokris.
I like to think
like-
he's more concerned about not hitting me.
I mean,
feel
that's what you like to think.
I feel like I should have like advantage over this or something.
Nah. Nope, not currently.
Really? Okay, cool.
Just because Argus is currently holding somebody else in restraint doesn't necessarily mean that they're not at their normal fighting prowess. If they needed to suddenly evade or try to dodge or were struck, they may release their grasp, but that's about it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess that's all I'll do.
Giduk. Caster, you're up.
I cast Guiding Bolt at 3rd level.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.
God fucking damn.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of ones in the damage, unfortunately, but it's still a pretty good hit.
Yeah.
So obviously it hits because you crit, so that's well beyond what it would have been. And then you did 37 points of damage, which severely singed the shit with radiant damage out of Argus, them being undead. They are, feeling the burn, as the current political slogans may exist.
And my turn.
All right.
Oh, was that a joke about us tossing bodies into the incinerator after the plague?
I mean, maybe.
Or how we turned Ring Around the Rosie into our national anthem?
All right. So
I didn't know
Talia,
about that yet. It was a surprise.
Talia, you're up.
Gee, I wonder what Talia could possibly do. So many options.
Wall of Thorns, straight through all of us.
Can we
Oh,
not?
definitely not that!
Well, dead, so. just gonna stab it.
All right.
Cause sneak attack. I miss.
Yep.
God
Knockers, you want to roll a dex save for me?
Oh no. $14.
All right, so you successfully evaded the missed strike.
Why wouldn't I hit Azzy? He's the one who's next.
Knockers is currently
I'm
being
pinned.
restrained by.
Yeah.
Ah,
Argus.
okay, gotcha. So I have a whole lot of options left. Damn, kind of sucks. What does it take to shove somebody?
Strength.
Is that an action?
Normally, yes.
Normally, it would be
Okay.
considered an action. Yeah, it's basically like a grapple. It'd be if like you were
Okay.
doing a grapple move.
Yeah. Then I end my turn.
All right. Gunhild.
Man, my aim's been so off. I'm really worried about shooting at these. But you know what? I'll move my hunter's mark to him anyway, since I can, and I'll take some standard pot shots. I won't sharpshoot him.
All right.
Rip Ozzy.
It's a target rich environment.
Yeah. I roll a 19 for 7 points.
All right, that is a hit.
I'll give it one more shot. Lightning strikes twice and do 8 points.
All right. So as the second arrow collides with Argus, he rolls over onto the ground next to Nokris, having released his grasp, and gives his last breath. And then he's dead.
Juicy.
Woohoo!
Dun, 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 dun.
Ugh, God, their breath.
All right, well, that was a riveting fight in the streets, was it not?
Something.
Good times.
All right, so amidst the aftermath of this rumble in the Bronx, all right, so you basically, I'm just quickly paraphrasing this paragraph here because I don't want to take forever describing all the stuff that happens. All right, so there's a note you find among the remains, the charred remains, which is kind of amazing because it's a note of paper that was burnt, but it's still there somehow. On Valine's former body, it is written in common, and it says, "The lenses show the secrets of the map."
You still have those lenses, right, Gunhild? Or whatever you found?
I've got a brooch. I don't have any lens. I don't have a lens.
Can you crack open the brooch?
Good point. Can I open it up and see if it has anything in it?
Sure. Go ahead and do an investigation for me.
Not a good one.
Yeah, so you don't find anything inside.
You want me to take a crack at that?
Here, why don't y'all look at this and see if y'all can see anything special about it? I can't find anything interesting.
Can
You may roll the same.
I cast guidance on whoever's doing the next roll?
Sure.
Okay.
You add a d4 to ability check of your choice.
Okay, so 11. You still don't find anything special
much
inside the
better.
brooch or about it?
Is there happen to be anything else in her ash?
Nothing that you can find in among her ash, but laying next to her body now on the ground in among the clothes that Argus was wearing, you find a bunch of different types of thorns and barb seeds that are stuck on their clothing and now on the ground because they were stuck on Valine prior to being roasted.
Would I, as a druid, have any kind of insight on these thorns and barb?
You certainly could if you gave me a roll.
What, investigation check?
Give me an
Or
insight
did
check.
nature? Or,
Give me
insight?
yeah, give me nature. Give me nature. It's just better, probably better for you than insight would be.
Wow. Them rolls tonight, though.
Can
So-
I insight check, please?
So, I'm going to give you a little soft lob here. So, you understand that these particular flora are located in regions of swamplands, which you believe, knowing the current region, is probably coming from an area called the Mare of Dead Men.
Oh fuck that place. Fucking Neverwinter Nights 2 memories.
Well, speaking aside from that knowledge, Nokris gets up and he begins to make his way towards the Lion Shield caster because there's stuff there that obviously Valine had that we need to find to make sense of all of this.
Okay. And Argus's body is still laying right here, right?
Correct.
I make sure to lob out that thing's head before I leave.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take his head then. Where's the constable or whoever's in charge of keeping the law? around
They're
this
at the
town?
they're at the town master's hall.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go to the town master's hall. Someone like the rest of you come with me if you're not going with Chris. Because I don't want to like get accused of murdering some random guy. I need some people to back me up.
Wait, where's
So-
Nokris going?
I'm going to the Lion Shield, the caster that Valine ran.
I will go with you.
Okay. On my way there, I am going to use my pool of lay on hands and just kind of patch the wounds that are across my body and heal for 15, I think.
So I'll just note for the sake of convenience here, but the Lion Shield coster that you're going to, Valine was not the proprietor of. Valine was an assistant.
Oh. Okay. Then I guess I would go there and ask the proprietor where she lives.
The
Once there, and
proprietor.
I learned that because I don't know that off the top of my head, so I
Right.
still end up going there.
So the proprietor basically let you know that that Valine effectively was staying in the loft above the area and allows you to look through the things up there.
I was gonna say, if he needs persuading, I show him my holy symbol of Severus, which basically a lot of their paladins or clerics are often called upon to be judicators and stuff. So
Oh, he doesn't need any convincing.
Okay.
He didn't exactly like her because she wasn't all that great at doing her job. So
okay, cool.
As soon as we get up to her loft, can I ritual cast detect magic?
sure,
Do I find anything cool?
you do not.
I will also just do a quick scan of it with my divine sense just to see if there's anything particularly evil here.
Nope.
Okay. In that case, then we need to get searching, Ash, because there has to be something here to answer these questions.
Let's do it.
Okay. I will just help Ash investigate so that she can have advantage on a roll, since we're going to be doing the same thing.
Okay.
And I also cast the guidance cantrip on myself before I do.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would also be like, yeah, if you were to cast guidance on him and you get the bonus of the roll, it's the same thing. If rolling advantage.
Okay, so
plus
roll an
bonus.
investigation, add a d4,
Mhm.
and roll advantage.
Roll 2 investigations,
Okay.
and then we'll add the 4 to whichever is the highest. So 19. So looking around the room, you basically find a few belongings, nothing too intricate or crazy, nothing that has any real understanding or symbolism or anything of that nature. But you do discover that there is yet again another note. This one that you locate here basically talks about some movements and some repositionings of forces within the area that you're currently in. And it speaks of aligning new temples to Talos.
Does it give coordinates for the temples at all, or no?
It does not. It's kind of cryptic in that it basically is not giving you any locational information about it other than it being within the region that you're in.
Okay. When we're going back downstairs after searching through, and I imagine we didn't find anything in a room like this, just because you would mention it, but as we're going downstairs and going back out, is there like a map that's hung up anywhere in the Coster?
A map in terms of just the region, or
Yeah, just the region, or the more than the town, but like the local area or something like that.
yeah, I mean there's maps. If you would like a map of the area, you can have one.
Well, okay, so there's maps for sale, but there's
Correct.
not like a
Yeah, because the Coster is basically like an expeditionary
okay.
goods store where you can basically pay people to undertake provisioning missions or escorts or things like that.
Okay, so there's not a specific map that is like framed or anything.
No, there is not.
Okay. All right. We'll take that note. We'll thank the proprietor, and then we'll head out and head back towards where the rest of them are gathering for now.
Okay. So that'll be the inn. And then we'll switch to the Townmaster's Hall for people turning in the head.
Yes.
Where
we
you
wanna
guys-
take the head over there to get more information on this person.
So
'Cause
you
we
roll up.
skipped this NPC interaction.
You roll up into the Townmaster's Hall, and he sees that you're carrying a head. Oh, well, I can't say I recognize that particular head.
Oh. His name was Argus.
Argus. I don't think we've heard of any Argus nearby. I know that if anybody would have known anyone, it probably would have been the barkeep over at the Stonehill Inn.
We can try there, but do you happen to have any professionals around town who are things like gravekeeping or otherwise affiliated with the dead? He was preaching the word of Merkul in his little squabble with the Talosites.
Well, that's not good. Nothing available to us at the moment. If we really needed any kind of religious intervention, we could summon somebody from down the road, maybe from Netherwinter.
Is there like a nearby cemetery or anything?
Not anything in that nature. I mean, just where we bury our dead when people die, but I haven't heard or seen anything of any kind of interest or issues from there.
Gotcha. And there were people that went missing from the town recently as well, yeah?
Yes, that's been very, very true and noted, yes.
Okay. Do we know how many?
I can't speak to exacts, but definitely a half dozen, maybe more. It's been an ongoing occurrence for at least a few fortnights now.
Because there were some kobolds earlier in the fight. I don't think they're the kidnapping type, but there were also several ghouls. So I'm wondering if maybe our friend perhaps decided to turn some people.
Well, that's definitely some bad news, I would say, yeah. That could have been the
Yeah.
case.
Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go head over to the tavern and get this guy identified. Thank you.
All right.
The tavern might be better because isn't this the guy that ran out the door that we followed, or we had followed?
Yeah.
So the
Theoretically,
innkeeper knew who he was, at least knew his name,
Correct.
and he ran out the door.
Correct.
Wait, if this is the one that ran out of the tavern that I tried to follow, then I know where he was going.
You do. Yep.
Okay, let's skip the whole talking to the tavern keep and go right to that little building, the little shack on the edge of town, where I found the hidden door or something.
All right. Fair enough. So you get to the abandoned shack that was on the edge of town. You look around inside. You don't find anything of interest, but you do recall that there was that odd door in the wall that you were looking at.
Yeah, so let's see if we can pry that open.
All right. You manage to unlatch the hidden door from the wall, and there's some stairs leading down into a basement.
Alright, who wants to go first?
I cast the light on my gauntlet and just hold that up and walk forward.
You brave, brave soul.
All right, so you make your way into the basement, and there is nothing down there.
This
Oh god, there's so many things here.
empty
Oh.
basement. Oh, so just an empty basement. Great.
Just an empty basement. You can
I
see
don't
there's
trust it, though.
you can see there's a lot of disturbed dirt and footprints shuffling around. If you had to make an educated guess, you would potentially think that some denizens of the undead may have been under here, hiding out.
Yeah, let me
waiting.
check out that dirt. Does this smell like grave soil?
No, it's just standard dirt.
Okay, cool. This grave soil has a very distinct smell. It stinks. It smells kind of like old people.
Wonder why.
I don't know.
John.
Old people just smell funny.
John smells
Mhm.
funny?
You think I smell funny?
Yes.
A pale wind blows out of the north. Now everyone smells funny.
You guys smell funny.
I mean, I'm sure everybody will be laughing when, you know, we're having disadvantage on stealth checks because of the smell.
Not my problem.
Yeah, well, yeah, mister, I'm fully fucking canned.
All right, so at this point, there's nothing of interest in the shack. Do you want to make your way back somewhere else? What would you like to do?
It's
I'm
kind of
going
empty
back to
again
this
at this
fucking
point.
inn.
I was like, what time of day is it?
It's nighttime. It's definitely like, the middle of the night right now.
Do we have enough time for a long rest?
Yeah, totally. So long as you, stay in a little bit of the morning hours, you fit a full
Yup.
night.
I'm sure we could all recoup some of our abilities and get some hit points back.
Yeah, let's do that. Please.
All right. So you return back to the inn. Do you want to have any conversations before you return in for the night, or is everyone just trying to sleep it off and then deal with it in the morning?
Let's deal with it in the morning, guys. Also, Mr. Paladin and Mr. Cleric, you two are much better at dealing with undead things than I am, so please, one of you two take this head in case it tries something. I'll deal
Sure.
with it.
Well, I was gonna talk to it.
All right.
I go down
So-
to, before I turn in, I go down to the barkeep with the head and I look at the proprietor. How big of a jar you got?
Well, I have a big enough jar I could fit something of that size, because you can
Bring
see
it,
that you have the
please.
head.
Yep. Just
he
hold
pulls, He pulls out a
How
pickling
big of a
jar
jar
for
you
you.
Perfect.
up. I empty out the contents if there are any in there. I shove the head in. I screw the cap on tight. Much obliged. I throw him a silver.
He happily nods.
I take that thing back upstairs to whatever room I have, and I put it so. I basically put it and I coil my animated rope around it as well and just tell it to tie itself so that it's like a little nest so it can't roll a rock out of it.
All right, noted.
You put a
It's
monkey
pretty-
fist not around a decapitated head.
It's pretty
Got
well
it.
secured. Yeah, it's pretty well secured.
I don't need no crap from this.
I might grab you again.
Exactly.
Chomp chomp, motherfucker.
All right. So everyone basically turns in for the night, and you get to have your long rest. So everyone, go ahead and execute a long rest for me on your character sheets. And we will pick up next week from the morning after. Woohoo! So good time, everybody. It was great.
Oh, 5 spell slots are bad.
My quick story about lightly toasted buns was at lunch.
Yeah.
At lunchtime, I popped online and I sent out a blast message to all my best friends in game saying lightly toasted buns. Well, that one friend that I know from online got the message and they were flagged as being offline and were just like, what? So I had to quickly then explain the situation of the whole like premise of McDemmy's and lightly toasted buns to her via Twitter, and she was like, I'm a little flabbergasted and amused, but at the same time disappointed that it's not that it's as PG as it is and not what I thought of in my head originally. So that was pretty good.
It is kind of PG, isn't it?
I mean, compared to you see somebody just says lightly toasted buns, and you're like, wait, what? So
Talking about taking a torch to some cheeks, or yeah.
Anywho, good session. Bravo, well done. We now have Stefan's kobold leg in possession
And the head of Argus.
and the head of Argus.
And
what you're
it's
saying
fucking
is-
bedtime.
I need to start taking necromancy spell block. Got it.
All right, guys.